Our closing remarks will be done by Nicole Jordan, who is the COO of Space Innova. Welcome, Nicole Jordan.
Well, hello everyone again. It is a pleasure to be able to summarize everything that has been going on in this conference, particularly from someone who is very proud to be working on a company that is really moving forward the commercial space in Puerto Rico. So I've taken the liberty to sort of take some notes on everything that we learned today. I think that everybody can agree that this summit really served its purpose. We were able to demonstrate and educate everybody that participated the economic opportunities that could come out of the aviation and the aerospace industry. I think once we leave this room, we have a lot to think about what Puerto Rico is going to do in the next 5 to 15 years. What's that going to look like? Where do we want to contribute? We started the conference, or the summit, by our special guest, Elmer Roman. He talked to us about the importance of UAVs, autonomy, and mainly he pointed out that the DoD is leading the way to innovation. That is always something that is very interesting to hear from the Department of Defense. We heard about the shortage of airline pilots and the fact that there are careers in this industry, in that part of the industry, and it's very important that we encourage the education for future pilots. On our Future of Aviation Pilot, we learned about all of the efforts that Lufthansa has been doing to create a new industry and new jobs here on the island of Puerto Rico. We learned about cyberspace security. Not only did we learn about all the bad things that can happen to us, but also how are we going to be aware of all these threats. We learned particularly the importance that universities and education has to play in the future of this matter. Academia, it was very clear that the message was that academia needs to embrace cybersecurity. We also learn about information assurance and the fact that IoT is growing and there is opportunity for startups to work on this sector. This is something that Puerto Rico can definitely encourage entrepreneurs to work on. Later on, we moved into the panel of commercial space and learned what is commercial space, who are the players, what is happening in Puerto Rico. And I think one of our biggest messages is that there is a big opportunity for Puerto Rico for the spaceport and to bring in everybody in the aerospace industry that has started entrepreneurship, ventures, and small companies so they can grow them and create jobs in Puerto Rico. We also learned about the fact that NASA has different technologies that they are willing to work with Puerto Rico's companies that have any interest on bringing them to a commercial status. And then later on, we moved into the new investment trends. It was very interesting to see how much the aerospace and the aviation industry is growing. There is investment not only from our usual venture capital firms, but angels are investing. There's different startups that are being funded by Kickstarters and crowdfunding. They're creating amazing technologies that we want to keep here in Puerto Rico. Let's see. Later on, we had the pleasure to hear from Alberto Vaco, the Secretary of the Department of Economic Development and Commerce, and I think he gave us a very important message. Not only did he tell us that there is a lot of opportunities in Puerto Rico, but he said, we will serve as the cultural service hub, or the global hub. That is really important. We're going to create around 3,000 aerospace jobs, and I think that is something that the island can be very proud of. Last but not least, we had an amazing panel on the Puerto Rico aerospace experience, and Pritco reminded us of the great incentives that it has to offer to boost the aerospace industry. They have the capability and experience to build facilities and solutions, and I can say as part of Spain Supernova, we're very excited to work with them and help them bring some of the Silicon Valley companies here to Puerto Rico. If we look at even the free trade zones and something that was really interesting or really important, I think, that we all should remember is the fact that Puerto Rico doesn't have the ITAR constraints, and that is going to allow for a lot of aerospace business to come and play a role here. There's a lot of talent of engineers, so that combined with no ITAR compliance is just going to keep growing the aerospace industry. We got some great tax advice from Gabriel Hernandez, and Honeywell Aerospace reminded us of their story of how they grew here in the island. They were able to capitalize on talent, and most important, and the message that I like the most is that Puerto Rico delivers. I think as we all leave this room, we definitely can go and talk to our peers and fellow members of other industries that we want to get them involved with aerospace and aviation that Puerto Rico delivers. Last but not least, I think we all need to give a round of applause to Arnaldo. Thank you to the construction and infrastructure cluster for bringing us here. It was a pleasure for me to meet all of you, to come from Silicon Valley and express how much we really want to come and put a footstep in Puerto Rico and help you grow. So with that in mind, I hope you found my remarks interesting, and you can spread the word out. Thank you very much.
Yeah.